Can you believe what this absolute cunt just said? Mia Khalifa, more commonly known for her previous endeavors, has come under fire for some recent comments on US, I'm sorry, no pun intended, has come under fire for some recent comments she said about US soldiers. Now, I myself am an ex-military vet. I was in the Navy. Here I am receiving my, I believe this was my surface warfare pin. Yeah, surface warfare pin, a couple medals here. I had more, but I forgot which ones I had. I've been out of the military for a while, but I would like to comment on what this whore, wait a minute, is she a whore? Let me Google it. All right. The meaning of whore is a person who engages in sex acts and especially sexual intercourse in exchange for pay. So I guess she's an ex-whore, right? But let's get into it.
Good morning to everybody who is not in the US military. Good morning to everybody who is sitting at home and not on soil that doesn't belong to them, fighting a war for a country that doesn't care about them. I hope you go over there and get your little brain all scrambled up with PTSD and then...
Okay, now I'm gonna stop it there because, first of all, wishing PTSD on us, I don't think you can imagine how hard that is for vets, right? Especially for soldiers and Marines. You could say Navy SEALs and stuff like that. I was in the Navy. I wasn't in a war zone, but we did transport a lot of soldiers and a lot of Marines. And when you talk to them when they were about to go into a war zone, and some of them were friends, and you would ask them if they were nervous, and they kind of said they were, like, you could feel the tension, right? And for anybody that's never even been associated with that, to say this type of stuff, it's just baffling to me. It's crazy that you would want to, first of all, that you would want to wish harm on another human being, right? Like these dudes, like, listen, soldiers and Marines and military, like I'll tell you the story another day, but I myself was supposed to be a Marine. I wasn't supposed to be a sailor, but that's a story for another day. But these guys, yes, you get to defend your country and you get to protect the freedoms of the United States, but it's a job, right? And where they send you, you go, you're following orders. Like, if you have to fight a war, you have to fight a war. It's not like they wanna, trust me, nobody, or okay, I won't say nobody because you never know, but I can guarantee 90 or 95% of the people that are actually going to war don't want to go to war because nobody wants to, like, die. Like, trust me, every soldier, every Marine, they don't want to go and fight a war and leave their family and possibly not come back. That's not something that you want to do. So for her to be targeting soldiers at the beginning of the video, because the rant continues and then she kind of levels off in something that I kind of agree with, but this first part is just blasphemy. And this first part is, she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. That's what I want to say. Like, Marines and soldiers and military, it was a job, and you got paid and you got to support your family with that pay, and going over there is just something that comes with the job, okay?
Come back here and see how much the United States cares about you, Pookie. See how much they care about you when you come back with, oh, I'm so sad.
That part I agree with. Like, the US, they can do better for vets. But what she's doing right here, I'm so sad, isn't she the one that was complaining and talking about how the sex industry messed with her head and how she has these mental problems now because she was getting, you know, gangbanged? Like, she cried about that. But she's over here mocking soldiers that are going to a war zone and coming back with PTSD. Like I said, it's funny to me. It's funny to me that somebody like this can say it. Some privileged person like this can say that. If you don't like it, why don't you just go over there? You know what I mean? And you stand in the lines and you know, advocate for whatever the rights are over there, from over there, not from, you know, the comfortable kitchen that I don't know where she lives at in LA or whatever. Porn stars, you know, they usually live in LA. She's not a porn star anymore, I know, or I don't know, because I really don't follow this girl, but I know she used to do porn. I know she used to do OnlyFans. I went on her Twitter. She doesn't really have a link to her OnlyFans anymore, so I really don't know if she does porn or not anymore, but it's nice to be able to say this comfortably from your house.
I piss my pants every time I see a falafel stand in Manhattan. Let's see how much the VA cares about you. Let's see what they tell you to do with your little broken brain from going over to fight a war that's not yours. They're going to tell you to try breathing exercises because the U.S. government does not give a fuck about you once
I agree.
die for them. Once you're done, once you're a shell, they don't care about you.
I agree. Now look at these comments. Like it's obvious, but a lot of people don't get it. Well said. Wishing PTSD on soldiers. Well said. Okay. It's sad that war exists, though, and that some of the poor in this country feel like they have no other choice but to enlist and risk their lives. Few people actually join because of patriotism. I just said that. It's true. But I don't wish PTSD on people. Hey, she's not wrong. She's dealing with it herself. The machine used her. How are we comparing? How are we comparing a chick who used to get gangbanged out of her own free will on wishing PTSD on somebody? Know what I mean? How are we comparing this? How are we saying she's dealing with it herself? And even if we are gonna compare it, even if we were to say, okay, she's dealing with it herself, why, if you're dealing with it, would you wish it upon somebody else? You know, let's say it's the same thing. Let's say getting fucked for money is the same thing as getting shot at in a war zone. Let's say it's the same thing. Why would you wish the same mental trauma that you suffered getting gangbanged on somebody that's getting shot at or possibly shot? I love this comment right here. You wore a hijab in a porn video. Sit this one out. Listen, I have no sides in this battle. I try to keep my opinions on politics completely separate from my everyday life or from my social media or whatever, because I just don't want to deal with it. But this kind of hit home because, like I said, I'm a military vet, and I know people that suffered from PTSD, and I know people that went to this war zone. So I don't know. I haven't posted on this channel in like going on 10 years, but this kind of unsettled me, and I said, hey, I'm just gonna react to the video, see how it goes. I don't know if this video is gonna get any attention. I might do some other reaction stuff depending on if people like it. I used to do FIFA, not trying to do that anymore. But yeah, I agree with that comment. Sit this one out, Mia. Sit this one out.